flow got market.
What's going on, guys? It's your favorite mortgage lender, Abdel Khawatmi, Got Mortgages. We are going to have coming up Trevor Berger. Trevor is our business development manager. He is essentially my right hand with our New Jersey loan officers here. He is essentially responsible for helping them business develop, grow their business, really take actionable steps and execute. I think you guys are going to really enjoy some of the things that Trevor has been doing with our team and certainly look forward to his input as we transition into 2026. What's going on, guys? It's your favorite mortgage lender, Abdel Khawatmi, Got Mortgages, here for another episode of the Got Mortgages podcast. And we've got a special guest, Trevor Berger. Trevor, what's up, bud?
What's up? How are you?
Oh, man, just before we even started, it's no shortage of fires left and right. So, Trevor, tell me, you've been with us now for a few months.
Yep.
Feels like years, right?
There's no shortage of things happening. Yeah. That's for darn sure.
There's a lot going on. Talk to us. What's some of the things that you've been staying busy with, and some of the opportunities that some of our listeners can really see what we got going on?
Well, so we did. We talked about it when we were in Jersey in AC for Triple Play. Talking about the different events we wanted to do, out of the box events. We did one with one of our LOs, Matt, Victoria. We did our Manny Petty event. It was a huge success. People want to do it again. Same sponsors want to do it again. It's awesome. And that's the important thing about doing outside of the box events. We just touched base on something that's a little out of the box. A Botox event, possibly trying to find a spot for it. Yeah. And it's just about creating buzz and creating the idea that we're actually executing and doing these events that are out of the box, and it in the community it just creates buzz, and it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and based on that event, it led to what,
7 or 8
partner meetings? Yeah, which is awesome. And I think that's the gist of it, right? Listen, the industry is obviously shifting. There's so much that from a traditional relationship between partners, it's transitioned so much more into, hey, this is the stuff that we're doing. And, I said this year, my favorite line is, we're not just talking about the noise, we're targeting the signals and actually getting things done. And it's so interesting to see, right, when we're having these meetings with these partners and then we're kind of like showing them under the hood, their eyes are like, whoa, right?
The most exciting part about it is seeing, utilizing technology, utilizing these things to really move forward, where at the same time we're using old sales tactics at the same time. Combining the old and the new is really kind of, I guess, the new forward. Yeah. The new forward thinking.
And people, like, I think that's the part that people are actually shocked when we're having these meetings and conversations or even in-person stuff, because they're thinking, oh, we're getting rid of the client experience or getting rid of the customer service, when in reality it's on the contrary, right? Oh. Like I have never talked more, belly to belly, face to face conversations with clients than when we've gotten some of the inundated third party stuff out of the way that is now automated. We can now have those combos, right? We can now have, even as simple as toning it back, like when we were talking about the events, right? Just how regimented the process is if you're an originator.
Yep.
Right. You want to talk a little like how we basically set it up. And if you're a loan officer out there, think, is this something that you're getting, right, from your current establishment?
Of course. So I'm here to execute. So what happens is a loan officer is going to meet with a referral partner, someone that they do business with, or even someone that they've never done business with, and they want to connect on a whole different level. They'll come up with an idea. I've got a sheet they'll fill out. It gets to me automatically. The automation is there to boom, it's in my face. And then now it's my job to take that idea and make it reality. And these events that we're doing to make them realities, they might be new events, they might be out of the box events, but at the same time, it goes back to the old school way of doing things, because you are body to body, chest to chest, having these conversations. And then there's trust that is established.
Yeah.
We've now executed the event. And there's rapport. People are common knowledge, common things that they're liking. So now there's a connection made, and that establishes better partnerships.
Sure. And I think the one part that I also want to focus on too is, we're not just focusing on just the events part, right? Like you're also very heavily invested on the sales side.
Well, what do you do after the event?
Well, exactly.
Well, I mean, you make these connections. That's great. Well, now let's execute those connections.
Exactly. So you're doing weekly meetings with our loan officers, right? Hands-on. Most of the times it's via virtual calls, sometimes in person, like we just had with one of our literally top loan officer from last year. Give me a little bit of just a brief overview. What are you guys kind of talking about, like on a weekly basis? What are some of the things that you're noticing? Because they're actually doing it, and I'm seeing it, right?
So with the technology, we've implemented a whole new kind of training regimen, and it's kind of AI driven. It's having conversations, role playing. It's not script based, but what it is role playing based, dealing with objections. And these sessions that our loan officers are doing are giving them more confidence when they're going into these meetings with an actual human.
Yeah.
And these are things that other companies just don't have. And you can see, I can have a meeting with a loan officer 1 week, and I can say, you know what, I think you really need to do X, Y, and Z on this platform. They do that, and then the next meeting, oh my God, I had this meeting. Their confidence is through the roof.
Totally.
Call reluctance is not there, because that's just, call reluctance means you're not doing your job. So this all gives confidence to really get out there, make these connections, and then let's make these connections real and produce something.
Sure. And you're also like watching the confidence scores too, right?
Yeah, for sure.
We're our platforms that we've built alongside some of our partners, right? Where we know they're getting graded on a scale of 1 to 10. We know on a specific accountability basis, everybody that we interview, right? You're an originator out there. The number one thing that we have where you're hands-on with me on the recruiting side is I get no training. Or it may be like cookie cutter, call it like generic training from just a enterprise level where it's not like a hyper-focused local level. And our LOs ask for it, and we're giving it to them.
Well, one of the things we've talked about is we want to make sure we create and foster a team that's a team of all-stars.
Yeah.
And that's where this training comes into effect. And that's where we actually have kind of part of the interviewing process is getting involved in these role-playing and seeing where someone might need some help. Or if you're a great salesperson, or if you're a great mortgage person, have confidence in what you do, you can handle objections, you're going to show us. It's going to really let you shine, and it's going to put you on the top of the resume pile, so to speak.
Yeah. And the cool part too, again, is talking about the team. We're also starting to identify, not every person is going to be really good at something, right? But we have one loan officer who's really good at social media. So now he's actually, truly by the kindness of his own heart, helping that loan officer with no vested interest in helping. Then we have another loan officer who's heavy on the investment side with flips and stuff. So now I'm calling these guys, or frankly, they're calling me, and we're talking about something completely different. And then they're like, oh yeah, I was just on the phone with John Doe for like 2 hours. And I'm like, in the back of my head, I'm usually like, the old school way was like, why are you wasting your time? But then it's like, I don't care if I tell them, which is a good culture thing, right? Which I love.
First of all, collaboration is huge. And if we can instill teaching what you know to someone else, and that other person is going to teach what they know.
Exactly.
I mean, it's a win-win.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome to see, again, that camaraderie,
Yep.
right? And that word gets thrown around, but like really seeing them kind of just work with one another, grow with one another. And the other really cool part is they're actually producing, right? They're actually getting contracts in. We have, as I usually tell people, we actually have a problem where we're running out of space, right? Like this is the new office in Toms River, and like we literally are running out of space to the point where I'm like, shit, do we have to open up a third office because the LOs are coming in? So what are you most excited for, as we continue heading into Q1 and some of the things that you're starting to notice, with the industry?
I mean, as cliche as it is, people move in the spring and the summer. Listen, those are the rhythms of the industry. What I'm excited to see is these connections that our LOs are making with these referral partners, and they're going to be excited when they start getting these contracts, they start getting these files, and they're actually closing.
Yeah.
I'm kind of excited to see that.
Yeah,
happen.
and we're seeing it too, right? Like that loan officer who's literally just on here, he's actually getting deals, and they're like annoying deals, as I call them, but they're deals.
But
right?
but he's also in a good spot where we have enough. Our sales manager can help him structure them. Our sales manager knows everything inside about different rules and regulations and needs and and products. So that's where these weird files. We get a file, it's gonna close.
Yep.
We're gonna make sure it does. And that's where
that's where the team structure is there.
structure,
No, 100%. One final thing. Anything that you think, if you're just a consumer out there or an originator out there, why should they start considering talking to someone on our team?
Because we make it happen. We are always available. And if something falls through the crack, there's something there to pick it up and have it not fall through the crack.
Correct.
Listen, things happen. Everyone can close a 20% down, 800 credit score, house appraises for. It's how you deal with when there's a problem, and that sets us up above the rest.
I agree. Well, appreciate you having on.
Thank you.
Always. Definitely look forward to jumping you on again, and we'll take it from there. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Boom.
3, 4.